right. Welcome, everybody, to the Case of the Mondays podcast. Pretty eventful weekend this weekend. It's pretty wild, as you can see. Sorry, to introduce my fellow co-host, TJ. As you can see, a little banged up. And then Lucas.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. So I guess we might as well go ahead and start with the elephant in the room.
Am I the elephant?
Well, your big old puffy hand is the elephant.
Yeah, my fingers are a little swollen. You know how we normally start with the weekend recap, and what a weekend, you know? Saturday, beautiful day, out with the kids, cleaned the garage. Neighborhood kids came over. We were all going to play a little wiffle ball. And little kids were getting beat a little bit, so I decided I was going to step in and be the equalizer. And I believe there's video of it.
Oh, are we playing?
I mean,
If
you
it's
might as
possible.
well.
Hold on.
Everybody in the world can read your
That's
text
what I was gonna
messages.
Let's see. Ready? Go. Looks just like you.
I think it's less flattering than what
That's
you would normally
kind
wear.
of. I would never wear pocket cargo shorts.
I did ask Wes yesterday if you cried,
I didn't cry.
and he said no, he didn't cry, but he was awful whiny.
I don't think that's true.
That's what your own.
That was
That's what your own.
in terms of things that you think about. You think about, hey, be a good example. Watch your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Don't freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And I did well. I took a lap around the house, holding my arm while it was kind of flopping, and so I broke my radius and my ulna. I got a surgery appointment coming up, but yeah, I was trying to equalize the score. The little kids were getting beat, and I thought, hey, I'm going to, right the wrongs in this world. And Drew Van Ness threw me one a little high inside. I had on some shoes that weren't the grippiest, and when I
Swung too hard.
Yep, I did. Overswung, slipped, fell, cracked 2 bones.
You're
and-
like the guy on
Have it.
Rookie of the Year at the end.
Well, I
when
took
he
my showers
throws
like
him the old floater.
I took my shower like this morning, just like Henry, or yesterday, like
Yeah.
Henry Roland Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Shout out,
Matt
Henry.
will be an all-star.
As long as I don't fall again,
Yeah.
That is true.
you only get one good fall.
That is true.
Then
And then you
snap
gotta
it
just,
back.
Just float.
Well, you
it.
handled your basketball fall last year,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Hmm
Now it's
That was
your
my right hand.
I think you're more of just a coach.
Yeah,
from
well,
now on.
probably so.
Coaching only.
You know,
Basketball fall, I was tripped.
I don't know if you caught Greg's sermon yesterday, but it was about.
Oh, yeah,
thinking
it did
grace.
talk
I did actually, yeah. My wife,
I
I
thought-
watched from home.
Yeah.
My wife watched from live, and she said, "Did you hear what Greg just said about you?"
Yeah.
Like,
Age gracefully. Yeah.
I mean, I did. Hey, accidents happen. I don't credit that to my lack of athletic ability. I credit that to.
No.
What do you credit to?
What do I credit it to?
Yeah,
Just
Am I-
crazy
coach mode.
thing.
Sheer bad luck.
Sheer bad luck.
I agree. So, that's my weekend. Weekend was pretty chill. Apart from that, then spent the next few hours in the emergency room and got a sweet cast. Oh yeah.
Keep playing after that.
No, so I did shut the game down. No, I cleared the bases, walk off
You said
injury.
You were
You know,
trying
you
to.
know the other thing you did?
Mhm.
You created a core memory.
And guess what? No one knows who the little kids were getting beat.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
you accomplished what you set out
The
to
big
do.
kids get a little chippy, get a little mouthy because they're up by 5. And I thought, I'm about to end the game right here.
And you did.
And I did.
Amen.
Then I went to the ER and got some ketamine.
Scary.
Scary time.
Let's talk about drugs on the
Well,
podcast.
this is a PSA. This is not hey, just so you know, my only
Physician
experience.
administered.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this wasn't recreation,
Okay, thank you.
but another podcast that are faithful followers, subs of ours, Ninjas or Butterflies. She was talking about how she had an experience with a dislocated elbow. Lily was, and she was talking about how she had a bad experience with this medication. And so he told me what medication I was getting probably 5 minutes before administering it. In that 5 minutes, I was very flustered.
Mm.
Heart rate went up, blood pressure went up. The stat monitor was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Well, this lady that I listened to on a podcast said that it took her down a black hole for what seemed like years of her life.
Oh my goodness.
And I thought, I was like,
and
with my
some stuff.
with my personality, I really thought, I'm about to get it worse than she did.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It wasn't a great experience, but it was just kind of neutral.
Yeah. My only question to you after that was, did you find out if Bigfoot was real?
There was no, and
ketamine
it
trip.
was only inanimate objects and music in my ketamine experience.
It is a weird thing. That's a weird thing.
So,
medicine can do that, and they give it to you.
Yeah, it was crazy. The doctor, I mean, this is kind of also didn't help me at all. The doctor looks at me. Jenny leaves the room right before he starts administering this medicine. He said, okay, now do you have any trauma? And I was like, oh my goodness. He said, he said, I was like, I'm about to learn. Yeah. I'm about to figure out what kind of trauma. Yeah. But he said, any military experience, active duty service? And I was like, nope, please, no. Jeez. I don't need,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I saw Saving Private Ryan. I don't want anywhere near that,
Mm-hmm.
But
it's traumatic in itself.
But yeah, when the guy tells you that, it's like, oh boy, this
made
could
it
be.
Out.
I did. I made it out.
Out
here
of
we
the
are.
K-hole.
Out of the K-hole and into the fire.
Amen.
And now we have hopefully not a surgery on the horizon. But
all right, Lucas, what about you? What about your weekend? Probably less
spring
eventful.
break too. So
the weekend was a whole
spring
week.
broke.
It was spring broke.
Yeah,
we actually
spring broken.
Did my most economical trip to Silver Dollar City, or let me rephrase that, Branson, that I've ever done.
Really?
That was
Okay.
Yeah, we had Little Caesar pizza instead of the $100 wherever you go.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
$7 instead of $100.
Yeah, so it was good. Early in the week we did VBS decorations. We got our every spring break we get VBS, Vacation Bible School, ready to go for sign up. So we did that early in the week. We got it done early.
That waterfall looks awesome.
Thank you.
Say my son was a fan of it.
Well, good. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Stressful because you have a short period of time when RBA is out at our school, at our church, and church is out, and so you don't have a lot of time to get it done. But we got it done. And then we went to Branson. And we went to Silver Dollar City and the aquarium and just had a good old time. The twins, 2.5, everything's oohing and on at the aquarium.
It's a good age for the aquarium.
It's fun.
It was a lot of fun. Came back and went to the baseball field, did some hitting, cruised into it. He didn't want to leave. And as a dad, I don't care what sport it is. It's just nice for him to be into something that's not a TV show.
Yeah.
He's 6 years old, and so he's finally kind of getting into stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, I kind of had a dad win in that vein too, because I didn't go to either practice. All three of mine had practice yesterday, and Jenny told me last night when we were laying down, she said, just want you to know the boys asked when you're going to be able to come back to practice. They missed you being there. And I was like,
that's cool.
I'm always worried I'm going to be the authoritarian dad coach, and apparently it adds value.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Branson too for just a day, I guess Wednesday. It was a fun time. Went to Silver Dollar City. And this weekend I, changed out my dishwasher, which is not difficult really, but made you feel like I can do that. Had to kill a snake in my yard.
Ooh, that's big for you.
Yeah, I hate snakes.
Homie does not
I
like
hate
snakes.
So now every time I walk outside, I'm like looking around, making sure that there's no snakes sneaking up on me. But
Their partners are going to come get you.
I know, see?
It may be snake season. I showed a house on Friday, and there was a snake in the garage. Vacant house, snake in the garage. Weird.
It was very small.
This was pretty good size.
But I used an axe and chopped it
off.
you
got it. You're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to chop its head off?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because there's laws against that.
There's laws against it. Come take me to jail.
Our listeners may not.
Well, sorry. I hate snakes.
We're going to get demonetized.
So does the Bible.
Yeah, heel crusher. Head crusher.
Axe chopper.
Yeah.
Axe chopper.
Head axer.
Yeah. Sweet. But yeah, we didn't have soccer, didn't have anything like that. Just kind of hung around the house. Got some new sand for the sandbox. That was big. Deacon said, listen to what it sounds like when you put the shovel in this sand. And it was just like if you had a soundboard that was like shovel in sand, that's what it was like.
Because it was
perfect
new
sound.
fresh sand.
Yeah.
We can't have sand at my house.
Too many cats?
Too many cats.
Oh, yeah. You do got a lot of cats.
We got a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Not you personally.
No, we don't have a lot of cats.
Yeah.
people that reside around me have a lot of cats.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
Kent.
like my yard. Yeah, Kent. Kent McCoy has a lot of cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
We
cat
call him
man.
Cat McCoy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so we got some new
Shout out Cat.
sand, which was cool. Planted some tomatoes. Did you know you can buy ghost peppers at Lowe's?
Sounds dangerous.
I felt like you have to have a license for something like
Right.
that. You can buy them habaneros, ghost. It's like
Like the
world's
plant?
hottest pepper.
When I was probably, I don't know, it's a core memory of mine, maybe 5 years old, my grandmother had little plants with the colorful peppers. It might have been ghost peppers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
They
think
mixed
ghost.
it.
I think ghost peppers are new.
Yeah, so there was some other type of pepper. But like all I did was touch the pepper.
Mhm.
Then I remember touching my mouth. And
Oh.
dude, my mouth was on fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't the inside of the pepper, it was the outside of the pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
hurts
feel like
me.
that. if
Fifth
you did-
grade for him too.
We obviously-
stopped reading, got stabbed, peppered his
I
Yeah.
was
face.
5 years old.
Oh.
Fives
Oh,
are
yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fives are big for
Yeah.
you. Yeah. But so I figured that's one of those. If you take that up to the register, they got to check your ID
hmm
Mhm.
because they're like, this is dangerous for folks.
You know, so you changed out your dishwasher.
Mhm.
Appliance work is probably one of the easier things, but it does make you feel like a man, and
Yeah.
that you saved a lot of money.
A lot of money.
My dryer and my washer have quit on me quite a few times. for
Yeah.
different various things, dude. With Google and YouTube and
Mhm.
Amazon, I mean, you can make a $500 problem a fix with
Yeah.
$15.
The only
fixed my
the
heater,
only
my furnace
even
with
issue
Google
that
last
we
week.
had was my house is kind of old, so the water shut off to the line that goes to the dishwasher. It doesn't like close all the way even when it's shut, you know. And so I had it shut, and I take the hose off, and it's like,
Oh, no.
and I was just like, "Ah." So I had to put the hose back on there and then go turn the actual water off.
Dude, I had a water problem this weekend too. So we were opening our swimming pool, and we've got a heater and a cartridge pool filter, and like I don't know what falls from the trees, but these little like kernel looking things, and it clogged up my cartridge filter, and so I had to open it, clean it out, put it back on. At the top there's a pressure valve, and so when you turn the pump back on, you open it, lets air out as it repressurizes the system. Well, it's pressurizing, and the whole thing pops off, and so my pump that's going full speed is it's inside.
Yeah.
So it's in my shed.
Fountain.
My stuff. So it
Indoor
was a
fountain.
full speed fountain going off inside my shed
Yeah.
of my pool. It's like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And
I
just like
say,
you did there.
I don't know what to
I don't know
do.
what
I know.
I didn't audibly say it this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was able to reach over and turn it off. But I got really wet, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
got really wet inside there too.
Yeah. I was just like, Casey, get some towels.
Yeah.
There's water.
Water.
But hey, got it cleaned up. Got a little hair dryer back there to make sure it was good and dry. And it's running like a top, as they say.
El Topo.
And probably quieter too. Or is it quieter?
Yeah.
in your-
I can't really tell.
Okay.
But it matches our fridge now, so that's
That's nice.
Yeah, stainless.
stainless.
Mm.
You know, we're catching up to the Joneses.
Yeah.
We're not keeping up yet, but we're catching up.
Well, you got
That's all you
sauna
can do.
first.
You'll never catch them.
Yeah, I actually sent it back.
Did you really?
Yeah, it got a hole in the bottom.
What?
Just from nothing. It's not like
Did you
I
replace
was.
it or just send it back?
I just sent it back.
Yeah.
It's not like I
Was
was
it under
doing
warranty?
calisthenics in there. I was just sitting.
Is
But
it an approved chair?
yeah, the chair that came with it.
Oh, man. Yeah, send that back.
I know. And then I was like, well, I'll just replace it. But then I was like, I don't want to get the same one because it'll probably happen again.
Well, now you know you want a hotter one.
And I want a hotter one,
Those
yeah.
are good, so if anybody's listening out there that creates saunas,
Yeah. I would like to get one of those, the sauna box.
Yeah.
Those are so cool. But they're
Sauna.
like thousands of dollars. I
well,
don't know that would really, I'd be ahead of the Joneses with that one.
Yeah, I'm a
So-
real fan of a sauna.
Yeah, I like it.
Put a little eucalyptus
Mm.
oils in.
I do not like eucalyptus.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
It doesn't.
Twinges your nose. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I
kinda
like.
like it.
Me
Kinda
too.
like- yeah,
Me too.
just like a burn of a carbonated drink when you hadn't
It's
had
like
one in a while.
wasabi.
It hurts.
I like the wasabi burn, but I don't
Oh,
like a
I don't
eucalyptus
like the
burn.
taste of that.
Really?
do.
But I do. Speaking of a carbonated drink, anytime Deacon will like take a sip of a seltzer or something like that, like the fizzy water.
High noon.
no. He'll always say spicy.
That's what my kids call it.
Yeah,
Spicy too.
yeah.
What is it about people? I assume most people are like that likes that little bit.
Yeah, I
of
don't know. Yeah,
You know,
I don't like pain.
you don't like it?
No, my pain is.
That's a lot of
My
pain.
pain
That's
is
a
Yeah,
pretty-
little bit.
you went
well,
past a little bit. Yeah.
My pain is there.
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
Mm.
What is our national days this week?
Oh,
Next to our segment, what day is
National
it?
Days. The day is March the 30th.
What day is it?
March the 30th is full of surprises. Not a ton of national days today, but
Really?
today is National Virtual Vacation Day.
Virtual vacation.
I'm going to tell you what that is. Reminding us all to relax, recharge, and rejuvenate no matter where we are. If you can dream it, you can achieve it on a virtual vacation. Enjoy an exciting African safari or hike the exotic Amazon rainforest.
Just in
How
your
to
head?
observe it? Check out VR tours.
Mm-mm.
While exploring, be sure to tell your virtual vacation, share your vacation with others. So do a VR tour and talk about it with
I don't
others.
think I like-
social engineering.
This
Yeah, I don't
sounds
think I like VR
social
stuff.
media. I virtual vacation off everybody. I virtual vacationed off of y'all's Branson experiences today. You told me about your
Mm.
Branson experience. I equated it with my own experience.
you could
felt like I was there.
you could smell the asphalt
Could
at
taste,
Silver Dollar
I could
City.
smell the asphalt, feel the burn of that hill, and taste the Little Caesars
I
pizza.
pushed the twins up that hill.
Mhm.
We normally go. What would that be? We normally
Go
go
east, go
yeah,
down
is
this.
Uh-huh.
clockwise. We normally go clockwise, but this time we went counterclockwise, which means at the end
Mhm.
you got to beat.
Yeah, the hill over there by the log riding stuff is steep.
Yeah,
You got to.
Yeah.
You're almost vertical. I mean, horizontal. You know,
They should do
pushing-
a
you're
5K.
pushing the
I
stuff.
thought
and-
about that.
They should do a Silver Dollar City 5K.
I think they should too.
You'd have a cool medal. You'd have a cool T-shirt.
Have they done it? Surely they've done it.
Surely, you got a lot of room. I mean, you'd have to do a
Are
couple
they,
laps. I'm sure.
subscribers of ours too, Silver Dollar City.
Well,
SDC.
they should be. Their social media team is fantastic.
They have a great social media
yeah,
team.
they're good at
SDC, you're doing good stuff.
like good stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
Um,
They had one last week. I think it was last week. They were closed on Tuesday, and their post just said, "This is for all you dads who don't pay attention. We're closed today."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done that.
Yeah.
We go up there for Crew's birthday, or the kid's birthday. I've kind of started taking them out of school one day on their birthday and taking them to Silver Dollar City, just me and them. One day I didn't look, and we got up there, and it's raining, and they're closed, first of all. And then second of all, like, I was like, well, we'll go do go-karts and stuff. Well, it's a Wednesday. Nothing's open on Wednesday in Branson
Mm-hmm.
at certain times of the year. So
Did you go to Fritz's?
yeah, we ended up going to Fritz. They
Yeah,
were
it's a
open.
good place.
Yeah,
That's a
Fritz is
good
good.
inside deal. Yeah, little kids. If you got little kids, there's a place in Branson we've discovered this week. Rise Play Park is what it's
I
called.
don't know that.
It's like an inside. It's like an indoor playground. Kind of like there was that place in the mall here in Russellville, Let's Play, where it's just like toys and stuff. It's kind of like that.
Mhm.
Little. I don't know. I thought it was probably a little bit better, just layout and stuff. But we were there for like 2 hours, and they were still not really ready to leave. So it was fun. Cool place. Check it out. Especially summertime when it's super hot outside. You can go inside. If it's raining, you can play inside. Good stuff.
Also, March 30th is National Turkey Neck Soup Day.
Turkey neck soup.
I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, so we'll move on.
Well,
it's National Pencil Day.
I do
That
not
means-
like a turkey neck. I mentioned that
When
before
have
we
you had
started.
turkey neck? Like,
Well, when
had
you
turkey?
buy a whole turkey,
He just doesn't like the concept.
like
of
when you buy a
neck.
turkey to deep fry or roast or whatever, it comes with the neck like up inside of there. You gotta like
Is that
pull
where
the
the
neck
giblets
out.
are?
Well,
Is that
there's
the same
usually
thing?
a bag of
Bag of
giblets,
giblets.
and the neck. And I did not even want to touch the neck. Like it reminded me of trimmers. You know when they pop up and they
The
got that little
worms.
tongue that
Mhm.
that's what it reminded me of. And I did not.
What percentage of people do you think use the neck and the giblets?
I would like to know how many people get their first turkey or chicken and don't know that that's in there. I bet that is quite a surprise.
Well,
You go
I
to
mean,
cook it
I
on
had
a
to look
turkey.
it up. I was like, "What is this?
this?
I think
Turkey's
they
got
forgot-
worms.
They forgot to clean out my turkey.
Yeah, someone was
Somebody
stuff,
just yeah. They
smuggling.
just took the feathers off and left everything else.
Man,
So all that to say, turkey neck soup, not a fan.
I've never had turkey neck soup.
I haven't either, but I don't think I would like it because it looks gross.
Also, National Pencil Day, honoring
Ticonderoga.
the yes, number 2. The honor is the writing utensil that has done more than just teach millions the alphabet and draw straight lines. It has also helped win wars and enabled amazing art.
Do you still use pencils?
The kids do.
But as an adult,
I mean, I'll use it whatever. I like a pen though.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've used a pencil in quite a while.
Speaking of pencils, another little dad win. Wes got this week. Got his first pocket knife, and so we did some.
We talked about this last time.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
last
old.
Week.
Last week. I got it last weekend. Well, anyway, he got in trouble at school for whittling on pencils with some scissors.
Oh,
and so
I was about to
we
say,
went.
I don't think you should take it to school.
No, he asked if he could take it to school today for show and tell. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. You know,
it's a good way to get sent to juvenile
juvie
detention.
from RBA.
RBA to juvie.
Hey, today is
beyond scared straight.
Today is also National Doctors Day. Shout out Dr. Tippin, Dr. Sullivan hooking me up this weekend. Appreciate that. National I Am in Control Day.
What's that?
I don't know. Sounds kind of. I am in control day.
I am in.
Reminds us of a day when things were out of control.
Still are.
Things are out of control.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've read the Bible, but
self-control, I guess.
Despite present circumstances, God is in control.
Amen. Very true. That was what we went. That was Daniel, wasn't it? Wasn't that the thesis of Daniel?
Yep.
That was the that was the main.
The crux of Daniel. I don't know. Is that how you use the word crux?
Crux.
I think it's the
Horcrux.
The Horcrux is where you store parts of Voldemort.
I mean,
is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know that I've ever used that. That may be a first that I've ever used that in a sentence. The crux.
And finally, a National Take a Walk in the Park Day. So de-stress. I like take a walk in the park day.
Yeah, I think I may do that tomorrow in Nashville.
Encourages you to stretch your legs in your favorite trail, which we have a lot of. Shout out Russellville. Lots of good trails. After a busy, long day, a calming, therapeutic way to relax would be a nice and leisurely walk in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And that, my friends, is your National Days. Tune in next week.
For not as great as last time, but hey, we don't control it. We're not the ones that choose the days.
Like daylight savings time. You just tell us.
Yeah, which, come on, let's figure that out.
Two of those themes, though, are kind of two things that I'm thinking about and meditating on myself. And one is control and walk in the park. So this weekend I listened to a podcast. It was a Francis Chan talk, basically, and he was kind of talking about his inability to separate from information. So like he has this feeling that he has it's a form of FOMO is how he put it, but it's more of like fear of not knowing things that are happening around you. So like worldly information, like wars.
I have felt this.
And like someone asking you a question that you just aren't familiar with. And so like so like basically the long story short was getting to the point or understanding that you don't have to know everything and just be present. And I really tried to do that this weekend, of just being present and understanding I'm not in control of everything. And so, most things I'm not in control of. And so that was freeing for me this weekend of just being able to separate and admit I don't have control and just be present. And I went to my phone and changed it to grayscale.
You getting dumb mode. Dumb mode matters.
This phone steals so much joy.
Oh, yeah.
Look, he's grayscale now. I see you.
Dude, yeah.
Mine only goes gray after 5 p.m.
Well, I did it just because, like, I had a relapse, if you can use that word for phones.
Sure, you can.
Last night, I had it on grayscale all week.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, it makes you almost disgusted to look at your phone when it doesn't have color. And that was finally, I got to have color. And so I went and put color on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I got stuck on it. But like when I'm looking at this grayscale trying to look at Facebook, it's like this sucks.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it takes a lot of the appeal out of it.
Yeah.
But like Jenny will send me a video of the kids and you can't watch that in grayscale. No. You know. What was it yesterday? She sent one and I turned it off of grayscale. Oh, it was Will doing his palm branches, you know, at church.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
some things
you should have seen that in color. Yeah. You know what I mean, Jamie Johnson?
Amen.
Amen. In color, yeah.
Good song.
But yeah, I feel your FOMO.
I'm a fan of the grayscale. Actually, I hate it, but it makes me not want to look at my phone. And my screen time was way down over the week, and so feels good. Feels good.
I agree. I think that same thing. I feel like I look at my phone. It's like, I need to get off Twitter or whatever, but then it's like, but then I won't know what's happening.
Yep.
I read a stat.
What am I supposed to do if I don't know what's happening?
I read a stat that the average American picks up their phone 200 times a day and checks the screen. And
200?
I would bet 200. I would bet I'm more than that.
Yeah.
Because I probably picked it up 20 times sitting here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Who's emailed me?
Yeah, I check my emails about 100 times a day.
Yep.
Now,
Maybe
there's some value
200
to that.
times.
There's some value to that, but it's
Yeah.
all the extra. See, I just got 3 text messages.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. But
Yeah.
during work hours is different. We're
Oh,
here
yeah.
we're here for our folks, but
That's right.
at home, that's where we're at.
That is true.
That's where we need to separate.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Dude, you started reading again.
Yeah, you text
No.
about some
2 different books.
fiction.
Well, this is what I do. I start a book and then I get bored with it.
Well, you need to give it some time.
I
Just like no.
don't know if this is a hot take
give
or
it some
not,
time. It
but
always works.
I don't know if this is a book hot take or not. But there's several books that it's like, why are you making them so long?
I agree.
It's like a badge of honor, maybe.
Like, oh,
my
I
book's super
look
long.
at this. It's a 1,000-page book.
It's an
And it's
odyssey.
like by page 200, I'm like, all right, series of books that's 7 books long.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you can't tell the story in less than 3,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be told.
My wife and I have talked about that when it comes to TV shows.
Yeah.
Mm.
If we're trying to get into a show, I
Mhm.
want to know this is 3 seasons and we're done.
Yeah.
I don't need you to create conflict in other worlds and stuff like that
Yeah.
to keep dealing with this. I just
Make
wanna
the
know.
story, write
The Walking
the whole
Dead.
story.
The Walking Dead would have been great for 3 seasons,
Yep.
maybe 4 seasons. Great,
100%.
you know.
Yep. Write the whole story, write the ending, and end it.
That's Prison Break. I don't know if
Prison Break, same thing. They
Yeah.
just kept it was the same
Blacklist.
story over and over.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get
in
they
different
get,
areas.
they get bottled up and then they break out,
Yeah.
and then they get bottled up and then
Breaking
they break out.
Bad kind of did that a little bit, but then they were
They-
like, I
Breaking
think they
Bad did it
realized
well.
like let's end it.
And sometime this guy's got to get thrown
And the
in jail.
ending was fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway, there's a book called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. It's won all kinds of it won all kinds of awards and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll read it. And I literally got 300 pages into it, and I was like, nothing has happened this whole time. I don't even know what this book's about.
Mm.
So I quit reading it.
Yeah.
And to confess to my friends, my quiet time has been lacking lately because I'm in First Kings, and it just doesn't do it for me like
Mm-hmm.
the previous.
Yeah, he whipped you with whips, and I'm gonna whip you with scorpions.
Mm-hmm. But it's just
Yep.
I read that
I've
this
been doing the Bible in 1 year, and I have not missed a day until this week. And
That's
I'm
good,
about
though.
I'm
I mean,
about
you made it
8.
through-
I'm about 8 day.
What are you
8 days behind.
What are you learning?
Hmm?
What are you learning in what you are reading?
Let's not put me on blast here.
Well, I mean, you don't. I just wondered if there's anything
I'm
that's
reading
stuck out.
100 cupboards, third book with my kids, but it's one of those where it's like, why is this book so long?
Yeah,
You know, there's setting up of plot, and then there's just rambling.
yeah, it does kind of. It's like, let's get to the point. Yeah.
But if you made it through Deuteronomy and Numbers and
Oh, yeah.
your First Kings, and there's something to be
Now you
celebrated.
got-
And I'll confess to my reading through Deuteronomy may have been more like skimming.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You're not
Yeah.
committing those tribe numbers to memory.
the tribe numbers. You know how tall the temple doors were. You know how many rings were on the how many tassels were on the ephod.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I think
stuff.
in all those where it's talking about all
Ephod,
those and
ephod.
all the rules and laws and sacrifices and everything in my little notebook that I keep, I think on all those it's like, thank you so much for Jesus that we don't have to do all
That's
this.
Right.
There we go.
It's like, this is all it is. All that stuff is pointing to like the need for a savior because we'll never uphold our end of this covenant.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, thank you for that we don't have to
Amen.
Yeah.
go killing all kinds of stuff all the time because we would all the time. All the time.
Lots of death. You ever think about like trying to quantify the amount of sacrifice?
Yeah.
It's like just nonstop slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had blood running down the streets.
Yeah.
In the gutters from the
So crazy.
temple ground. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm reading Romans. I'm in Romans right now. We're doing a little Bible study with some folks and going through Romans 8 and 9.
Uh-huh.
I've been reading right now. It's pretty theologically thick
Yeah.
in those chapters with some things, and so but it's nice to be in the New Testament. We've been in the Old Testament for a while, and so which I really appreciate the Old Testament. It's fun to read the history and how it repeats itself, how it mirrors into the New Testament, and how Jesus can reference and they reference back to the Old Testament, how it all kind of flows together. But it's also nice to get into some New Testament church stuff. But yeah, Paul's an interesting cat.
Yeah. I taught class this week, Philippians 1, kind of the second half of it. Something that stuck out, and it's honestly, I had set it all up, the lesson and everything, and it was like a couple minutes before class, and I was reading back through it. And at the end, he talks about how, like, live your life worthy of the gospel, like, stand up to opposition, and it shows the opposition like that. Basically, it previews their destruction. And something stuck out to me kind of on this and into books that we read. Lord of the Rings in the second one, when they're going, and this just stuck out, and I added it to the lesson. I just wrote it in because it was like, I hadn't even thought about that when I was putting it together, but it really stuck out to me. Aragorn goes to King Theoden, who's
I like this scene.
the king of Rohan, and he's trying to get them to come help because the bad guys are marching on to this place called Helm's Deep that if you haven't read it or watched the movies, it doesn't matter really what the places are called. Anyway, so there's this big army coming of bad guys, small army of good guys. They need more people. And he goes to Theoden and is like, we need your help. And he says, essentially, like, I'm not risking the lives of my people in this war against these guys. And he says, or he's like, I will not risk open war or something like that. And Aragorn says, like, the war is upon you whether you risk it or not.
Amen. Yep.
And that just stuck out to me spiritually. It's like there's a war going on whether you want to admit it or not, whether you dig your head in the sand or not. Like, that doesn't change the fact that the war is there. And so you might as well, it's cool.
His whole character development is good when he's under the curse of the advisor and
so,
the scales fall from his eyes.
But it's like, whether you like it or not, there is a war going on, so you might as well buck up and stand firm and go take the fight to the enemy rather than just waiting for it to come to you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, yeah.
In baseball, shout out Coach McCrotty.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary coach, Russellville High School. But back in high school, we had a shirt. It was General Patton's saying, but his thing was, when in doubt, attack. And so be aggressive, do the aggressive thing. Be on guard, don't be passive. And so, I mean, that's been impactful for me and things. It's like, you get to check that sometimes. Sometimes you need to be patient. But yeah, when in doubt, attack. Go be aggressive.
I think it's easy to be passive.
We are teaching our boys in the 8-year-old baseball is we want you to make the aggressive mistake.
Right.
Throw the ball over the guy's head, but don't try to get the out. Don't just sit there and watch it happen.
Charge the ball, get the
We're okay with the outcomes of an aggressive mistake.
Yeah.
We're not okay with standing there and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're going to make a mistake, do it 100 miles an hour.
There you go.
That's what Coach Holt used to say.
Yeah.
Just go after
Shout out
it.
Coach Holt.
Yeah, shout
I
out.
could tell you a lot of things he used to tell me.
Oh, man, good stuff.
Learned a lot from that man.
Yeah. Yep, good guy. Well, Brandon. It's time for Brandon's health tip of the week.
My health tip.
Off-camera health tip.
Did you hear last week's health tip, by the way?
Yeah, it was a good one.
Eat veggies and read books.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, I think it's more for health insurance, but it was quick on the spot. Health tip: eat your vegetables.
I feel like this one we'll just go real quick. Keep the point on. I would fund your HSA.
Yeah, I got an HSA with a balance, and Jenny was like, "How are we going to pay for this?" I was like, Brandon hooked me up with an HSA.
HSA.
That way it is there.
And health savings accounts. I don't know how they work, but I got one.
They do.
And
we're
about to use it. I'm about to not have one, probably.
That's awesome.
Nah, you'll have some left over.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Brandon's health tip.
This is here's a question. Here's a health question. So are all expenses related to this accident all covered under one thing if I'm going to different doctors and stuff? Because I'm about to, I had
it doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way. So I'm
thinking car insurance.
Well, I'm asking.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, so you'll get
So
an
you
ER
said-
bill.
You said 3,300 was my max.
That's the max you'll pay. But yeah, for everything altogether.
okay. Because
you'll
I've
get
got to go to a different orthopedic guy. Is that $3,300 as well?
So essentially, it's whoever
collective?
bills for that $3,300 first, the rest are just billing insurance. So they're
In-
not going to get anything
In a
from you.
365-day period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
rather
that's
than per
my.
occurrence, where home and auto comes
Oh,
in
sweet.
per
So I need to
occurrence.
get all kinds of work done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why
Yeah.
people.
Dude, yeah, get you some work done.
I need to get some work done.
Yeah.
Anything else you want
I've
to
got
do
enough
this year is paid
kids.
for.
I've got
Get
enough
some
kids.
of those
I'm gonna
muscle
get some
filler
work done.
things, dude.
Get some implants in my biceps.
Yeah, get some of them
Need to
muscle fillers.
Unhook certain things now that I'm done having children.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I mean,
Viewer discretion advised.
ketamine.
No, stop it.
Golly. Yeah, wow. Awesome.
Does he got residual in you still?
Yeah,
Huh?
he does.
Loopy.
He's got a little leftover.
it's still in the system.
I
Definitely.
don't know. I don't know the half-life of the OK.
Well, that's
You can edit
good
that if
tip.
you want to.
HSA,
Yeah, that is
that's
good. That's
tip.
much better than my tip last week.
I know.
I actually
Both
thought
are
about
good.
Last
that one.
week's was kind of like Hulk Hogan. What is it? Take your vitamins and say your prayers or something like that.
Not
Hulk
bad
Hogan.
advice.
Yeah,
Also,
it's not.
also very good.
It is good advice, but not really what we're trying to accomplish. here.
Hollywood Hogan.
No, I told Jenny that
R.I.P.
yesterday. Thanks, Brandon.
Oh yeah, he did
because
die, didn't he?
Mhm.
Man, sad day.
Yeah.
Chuck
Found
Norris.
Him and Chuck
No.
Norris
Chuck
are
Norris
heroes.
Dude, he died
Yeah.
last week.
I saw something before that about him talking from heaven.
He probably
Preempted.
did.
Yeah, I feel
honestly.
like
He
that's always
probably
been a
did.
thing with like all the Chuck
But
Norris jokes.
Chuck
Yeah.
did die.
Yeah, he did.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like
Pretty
the
sure
one
he was a
about
Jesus lover too.
Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups or something like that.
pushes the world down.
World
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
I read one something to the effect of Chuck Norris has actually been dead for 5 years. Just the Grim Reaper finally decided to make it official. or something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
was too scared.
Too scared.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
know.
Walker
Killed
takes
that.
a stranger, man.
There was at one of our old
That blue
companies,
Dodge. Oh, that blue Dodge pickup that he rode in Walker Tech
Yeah,
and drove
it was
it
cool.
was a sweet one.
Mhm.
one of the managers for the companies we used to work for was good buddies with old Chuck Norris.
Oh, I
They're-
didn't know
they're
that.
karate buddies apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Kind of crazy.
Karate.
K-Rock.
Karate.
Isn't
Karate.
Bailey a black
You know,
belt
she
in
says
karate?
that. She says that.
I've heard that. Is that her two truths and a lie?
No, I mean that's
When you go out
from what I understand, that's true.
in a sketchy part of town, do you feel safe when she's with
She's
you?
pretty
Lucas walks on the inside of the
Yeah,
street.
he does.
Yeah, she's tough gal. But it's one of the I don't know. I've never been in karate, but I feel like there's like kid karate black belts and there's like
Actual karate black belts. Yeah.
and I think she was a kid karate black belt. Which,
Like what was that?
I think she's an actual
the
karate black
three-time
belt.
world karate champion.
Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yeah. WCW. He was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all wrestling guys? Y'all,
We watched
Back,
a little
yeah,
bit.
back then, WCW,
I
like
would say circa 2000.
late 90s, early 2000s. That was a good time.
I didn't get into that for some reason. I mean, I'm familiar with like Undertaker.
punk rock.
We were only allowed to watch
Let's do that.
WCW because they didn't say cuss words.
They were a little cleaner.
They were a
So
little
Vince McMahon
cleaner.
came in and he really corrupted it, or what?
Oh, he was still WWF.
Right, and then that's when it
And
got
then
crazy.
somehow they got, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but one time, if you've seen, this is a tangent of all tangents, but if you've seen, sorry, my microphone keeps moving around. If you've seen Home Alone 2, he has that what's it called? Talk Boy?
Yeah.
Mm.
Talk Boy tape
So-
recorder. I had one of those.
Yeah, we had one.
No,
TJ had one.
had
I was
one.
a little brother, so I played with it. Anyway, so we were allowed to watch WCW, not WWF. And we were watching WWF in the basement one time and this is incriminating.
I don't know that I approve this message.
Well,
I don't recall this, but I'm not
It
endorsing
happened.
it as true.
anyway, and so we're watching it and I'm messing with that Talk Boy, recording myself talking, whatever. And I went and played it back for my mom. Like, listen to this. And you could hear in the background, tonight on WWF.
Oh,
And she was like, were y'all watching WWF?
caught her.
And I was like,
Got
nope. And then she played it again and I got in trouble. Yeah. I'll
I
never
don't remember
forget
that, but I was
You don't
probably I
remember
was
stuff that
innocent
good,
of that.
though.
Probably
it could have just been me.
was.
But,
There's a lot
um,
of stories we could tell about you in that basement that we won't.
But yeah, so the Talk Boy, listen here, parents, just record everything your kids do and then they can never lie to you. I mean, I guess they can still lie to you, but you'll know. Yeah. I don't know how we got to that. We were talking about karate and WCW.
Chuck Norris yields Vince
Chuck
McMahon,
Norris,
yields
yeah.
Hulk
Luke,
Hogan,
yields
Chuck Norris.
Macaulay Culkin, all the
Macaulay
greats.
Culkin.
We went through four
Yeah.
heavy
but
hitters.
Walker, Texas Ranger, dude, Sick Day, At Home, Price is Right,
Oh yeah,
Jerry Springer,
I never did
Walker,
watch
Texas
that one.
Ranger, or Maury. I always felt bad for watching those.
My mom said I couldn't watch Jerry Springer and Maury, so I didn't.
My mom is the same mom as yours, and she also said that to me, but I think I probably did.
But I did watch Dr. Quinn, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Walker, Texas Ranger, Price is Right,
You probably watched
and
Dallas.
then Dialing for Dollars. We would always watch
yeah.
Counting Them Out with
Mhm.
Grandma. Grandma kept us a
Yeah.
lot when we were sick.
Yeah.
Judge Judy or no?
I watched a little JJ,
Yeah. Some. But Walker, Texas Ranger was the best.
little J Judy.
Mm-hmm. There was one episode of that where he was like in this little house way out. The bad guy had got him in there, and there was some snakes.
Mm.
I'll never forget that.
That's why
I
he's
hate
afraid.
snakes so much. Snakes and scorpions are my two biggest fears, I think.
I'm
Scorpion.
a little more
I've been-
anti-scorpion than I am
I've been
anti-snake.
stung by a scorpion.
Where?
My parents' house.
Out in the desert.
We have scorpions?
We have scorpions.
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
we do. I've
Lord.
seen them.
It got me. It
I'm
was
never
under a
going back
blanket.
outside. We're going to be inside.
Hey, shout out
family.
that top button you got going on there.
Dude, it's just
I-
close to it. It's
Oh, I
not-
thought you. Okay.
It's just very
I hope
like,
the viewers had noticed that with the
Nah,
old,
it's
little
not
AJ
actually
McCarron
buttoned. It
top
just
button.
stays. Yeah.
Stays that way.
Yeah, I like the shirt. I
Lucas
bought
is
it. It was
Lucas is
comfortable.
unbuttoned and you're top buttoned. So
It was comfortable, so I bought another color. I wish they had more colors.
hey, in
Fine.
closing, you guys give a rundown of your Nashville trip coming up that I can't go on now.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big miss out on my part.
Nashville today. We're actually leaving right after this. Headed to Nashville. Brandon and Lucas are going to a conference to talk about benefits, health insurance, stuff like that. And me and TJ were going to just go. I was going to go to the conference, but then when TJ decided he was going, I was like, well, I'll just not go to the conference. I'll hang out with TJ because he doesn't care about health insurance stuff.
I do care.
I mean,
I
he
care.
doesn't. He's
I
not
have no reason to care.
technically involved.
Well, no, you have a
directly.
pretty good reason to care.
HSA.
Yeah.
Listen to Brandon. TJ's
Yeah.
health tip of the day. Listen to Brandon.
Yeah. So I canceled my ticket to the conference, and I was just going to hang out with TJ. But now he's not going, so I'm going to make walk in the park day tomorrow.
Ooh, that'd be a
Do
good
a
day.
little work, walk in the park while they're at the conference. But tonight, we get to go to Brian Bates' special taping at Zany's, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm missing out about that. I'm
Mhm.
sad about that.
Yeah, that'll be very, very fun. And
So if
cool.
anybody wants to go and get here in the next
That is
20
true.
minutes,
Yeah, we have an extra ticket for you.
which you won't hear this until after we're gone. So
Meet us in
good luck.
Nashville at 5:30 p.m.
We'll have an extra ticket to the taping.
Yep.
Maybe we'll just find someone on the street and just ask them to
Maybe
come.
Nate will need a seat.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Did
Nate.
you know? You guys probably knew he has a game show.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude.
I
It's
watched
good.
it last night.
It's fun.
It's all right. Yeah,
It'll
I mean,
last
it's
the
like a
season.
game show.
yeah. It's one of those one-hitter
Who
quitters.
knew that people like game shows still?
Mhm.
His segment is funny.
Yeah.
Like when they make him do something, that's funny.
Mhm.
I don't know that he's. I've watched. I think all the episodes. Has there been one yet where he was over the amount that they thought? He's underperformed every time.
Yeah. No, last night we watched the one and he's going to name fast food or like top 50 restaurant chains in America. And me and Kristen are both thinking like, this is up his alley.
Yeah.
And I said, I was thinking like 15 and under. And I
Mhm.
think he got to 12.
Problem is that I think he only goes to McDonald's, so then
Yeah.
he has to see what
And DoorDashes.
McDonald's.
He just
Yeah.
DoorDashes
McDonald's and
everything.
Applebee's. But then they had one where he was like blindfolded and naming these snacks, like he
Yeah.
would taste them.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it. He was like, I think I was supposed to spit those out, but what slowed me down is I was actually eating the snacks. So he's like, I was having to chew them up and swallow them before I could go to the next one. But yeah, the guess low. If you're ever on the show, which I'm sure they've all taped them now,
Yeah.
guess low.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
They had one where he had to answer questions for every grade level.
Oh.
And he got out at first grade because they asked him what blue and yellow make. And he said red.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
First grade. That's even
I
less
think
than
Will,
first grade.
I think Will
Yeah.
Posey knows that. He's
Yeah,
in
that's what I was about to say.
pre-K.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Come on, Nate.
Come on, Nate. yeah,
thing
so
you're
we're
funny.
doing that. Probably may go to the baseball game tomorrow night.
What are you guys
Be a
hoping
good
to
time.
learn? What's the thesis of the trip?
We're getting into this group health stuff, employee benefits stuff. So we're just learning. We're just learning the industry. We're kind of in fact finding mode. Want to help folks navigate that stuff. It's complicated. I don't understand it as a CFP and as a business owner myself, and so I know that other people don't too.
Does anyone?
Well, I don't know.
The government
So-
doesn't. No one does.
I don't
No.
think anyone does.
No, it's just like here's this mess of stuff. Y'all figure it out.
It's just a reactionary
so-
thing.
So that's we're gonna try to see what other people are doing and learn from it and see if we can help folks around here with it.
Very cool. Be cool.
Awesome. Well, anything else? Everybody
I
good?
tend to normally pump the brakes, but I don't have anything
Yeah.
Well, it is Monday.
tangent on.
It is Monday.
Yeah.
So,
Start of the week.
uh-huh.
It's we can make it the most we can.
Yeah. You're either getting better or you're getting worse.
That's it.
Say something inspirational to take us out.
That was it.
No,
You're either
another
getting
one.
better or
That
you're
was
getting
kind
worse.
of vague.
Keep on, Hey,
Give me a Lord of the Rings exit.
Yeah.
well, I'll just do that same one.
Quote.
Yeah. Hey, open wars upon you, whether you'd risk it or not. And as always, we hope you have a case of the Mondays.
Peace.